I'm going to start with some whipped shortbread. I have 1.5 cups of flour, a quarter teaspoon of salt, a half a cup of icing sugar, and a quarter cup of cornstarch, and 1 cup of butter. Cut up some cherries here in halves, and I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of vanilla, but I'm going to use the white pure vanilla because it's a light shortbread cookie. Follow along, guys. I'm going to whip the butter now. Make sure it's whipped really good. And also put your oven on to 300, and it should take anywhere from about 13 to about 15 minutes. Okay, whip your butter really good, and then add your dry ingredients in a little at a time. I think my butter's a little too cold, but I'm going to keep whipping. Okay, I got 14 cookies. And I'll see how many. I might do them all with cherries. Maybe the next batch without. Okay, they're ready to go in the oven. I'm having on 300, probably about 14, 15 minutes. Something around there. Well, they look delicious. They're out of the oven. And just now, so I'll let them cool for a bit on here, and then I'll put them on a cooling rack. And then I'm going to make macaroons, coconut macaroons. Okay, I'm going to make coconut macaroons. It's 5 3/4 cups, 14 ounces, say, of unsweetened coconut. And then a can of condensed milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a pinch of salt, and 2 egg whites beaten up. And mix that all together. And you can add cherries in this, or you can dip them in chocolate. You can do whatever you want. Okay, I'm going to beat up 2 egg whites. Add your egg mixture. 2 egg whites to your condensed milk, and slowly add in the coconut. Beat well and set in the fridge for 25-30 minutes till it's a little stiff. And then you can do it by hand if it gets too tough. While that's chilling in the fridge, the macaroons, I'm going to cut up some of these chocolate chip oatmeal cookies and make a few of these too. I'm giving all this away. That's why I'm trying to make up little baskets of it, or little tins or whatever. The 2 egg whites won't go to waste because I'm going to make a puff pastry too, and I'll use that for the top to glaze it. This is my frozen chocolate chip oatmeal. I'm going to cut it into some rounds and bake it in the oven at 350. I just used the same parchment paper. It's not dirty. It was just from the shortbread, and I just put these on now. It's rested about 30 minutes now. I'm going to put it on a cookie sheet with an ice cream scoop. Okay, I just put it in the ice cream scoop and just twist the handle to get it off. It's pretty basic. Okay, my first 12 are going in. I did 6 with cherries. I'm going to drizzle some chocolate over the other ones and some plain. I have enough for probably 2 dozen. I'm going to melt a tiny bit of chocolate. I put a little bit of coconut oil in the bottom. And I'm not doing a lot because I'm not doing all of them. Okay, this is my last tray that's out. The other ones are cooling. I drizzled chocolate over the last set that came out. Looking good. Okay, on to the Danish. I did a plain cherry and chocolate and just cherry. Okay, I'm going to make a Danish. So I use 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1/4 cup of sugar. I use 1 of the egg yolks left over from my cookies, lemon zest, and I buy the puff pastry. And I'm going to make mine cherry, so I'm going to use some Edie Smith cherry pie filling and a teaspoon of vanilla. And I mix all that together, and I'll show you how I do my pastry. Okay, I'm going to make a Danish now. 1/4 cup of sugar, 8 ounces of cream cheese, some lemon zest. I cheat and buy the puff pastry. And I'm going to make mine cherry. So I'm going to use cherry pie filling and a teaspoon of vanilla. And mix that all together in here. And then I'll show you how I cut my pastry. I'm also going to add one egg yolk. This is left over from the macaroons. I have 2 egg yolks in here. And I'm going to mix that all together. Left my cream cheese out for an hour. Hopefully it's soft enough. I'll start it slow. Yeah, it's good. Okay, I have it all mixed together now. I'll just use, I don't have an offset spatula. That's something I need to buy myself. But I'm going to put this onto the puff pastry. No, I do this right on the cookie sheet because it's easier. I'm going to cut it into 4s. And then I might do another one as a braid because I have enough to do 2. I have 2 sheets. Now I'm making an L shape into the pastry. And then I'm going to flip it from side to side so that it holds in all this stuff. I'm making a coffee right now too. Hopefully this works good. So I took the L and I just crossed it over from side to side. And that's where I'll put my filling. And then an egg wash. Okay, I'm just going to put a dabble of the cream cheese mixture on each one. And then I'll put cherry on it. And I'm going to bake it at 350 for, not sure. I'll just watch it. I'll let you know though. Now I'm going to add the other egg that I have beaten up here. And I'm just going to go along the edges here. And this will make it nice and brown. Just go along your edges here. That one's got too much there. And I'm going to put them in the oven. They're all ready to go in the oven. The next one I'm going to do is a braid. Trying to be fancy here. I'm not a fancy baker. I'm really not a baker. I'm just trying to make some Christmas stuff for some people. I put 2 teaspoons of icing sugar in here. And I'll probably do about a teaspoon of lemon juice to drizzle over the top once they cool. Oh, I got to get my sheet out. So it's 2 teaspoons of icing sugar, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Mix it really well. And then I'll just drizzle it like that. After they've cooled a little bit. Pretty basic. Okay, they're piping hot. But as soon as they cool, I'll put them on a cooling rack and then I'll drizzle some lemon over them. Or lemon and icing sugar over them. Hopefully they taste as good as they look. I think I filled them a little full, but that's okay. Okay, I got busy and didn't even put them on the cooling rack, but that's okay. I'm gonna just drizzle some of this icing sugar and lemon juice. That's really all it is. So just drizzling it across. Okay, I'm gonna try a braided one, just as one. We'll see how this works out. I just cut little slots in the sides here, and we'll see how it works. I did curl the end a little bit so it all doesn't ooze out. I might have to cut a little piece off. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see as we go. I'm just playing. Yeah, I have my cream cheese on there now. Now I'm gonna put my cherries on top. Just gonna put them on top. Okay, I'm just going like a braid, crisscrossing them over. I think that one's got a little too much juice running out there. We don't want that. Looks pretty good. I'm just gonna tuck in this end a little bit better here on that end so it doesn't ooze out. And then I'm gonna do the egg wash. That 1 egg yolk was just enough for all the pastry. Worked out really good. Pop this in the oven at 375 for probably 15, 20 minutes. Looks good. While it looks delicious, it exploded a little bit in here. But it looks great. I'm giving this one away. I'm giving the other ones away too. I'm giving this just one whole one away. Well, I'm finished. I am going to pack this up. And I have 3 oatmeal chocolate chip, a couple of the macaroons with cherries and chocolate, some plain, and then I have 3 shortbread here. And this is going to one person. I'm going to close this video. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, but it really helps my channel out. I would greatly appreciate it. I've been kind of stagnant lately. I know it may be my fault as well, and I'm going to blame myself, but at the same time, please subscribe. I'm going to be going to LA, and I'm going to be doing a house tour before I go. A Christmas house tour. Bye, everybody. Loves.